I mean, Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp. I'm gonna throw Shemp in here. I think Shemp is underrated. Our national treasure. And yeah, making a movie, trying to replicate that doesn't work.
So I wonder how many text messages I'm now going to get asking me to donate money.
To the resistance.
Yeah, basically. I'm sure it's going to continue.
Sorry, I haven't actually seen the movie Deuce Bigelow, but I imagine that it's total dog shit. Also, Deuce Bigelow, wasn't there a sequel?
Uh, Deuce Bigelow 2, Gigolo and Harder.
Oh no, Male Gigolo is the first one. European Gigolo is the sequel. I was right.
Yes, there is.
See, Rotten Tomatoes gave the first one 22%, and the sequel. What percent do you think the sequel got?
Oh, I don't know, 6%?
Nine.
9.
Nine.
Oh, flip that shit around. 9 times. 9 times. I feel like that needs to be one of our Discord sounds. Because, I don't know. This one's still... Still love that one.
Big boy?
Well, Big Boy is just... Mwah.
Yeah, usually we're in the Do Discord and not in this Discord, so we don't get to fuck around with our soundboard.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even...
Yeah.
Whatever.
What a pervert.
Roger Ebert gave the film a rare 0-star rating, calling it aggressively bad, as if it wants to cause suffering to the audience,
No, Lord.
and describing it as completely beneath contempt.
Alright, get the whole story from Titus. Ask Klaj about Sunday night. Get yourself organized. Attend Stebbins meeting at 2200 at the Cape Side Apartments. My tasks.
Do you mind sharing it? I didn't even know you started.
Huh.
I was like, you read like 2200 is what I heard. And all I can think was talking about like SAT scores or like something you're doing at 2200 tomorrow. I don't know.
No, nothing that adventurous. Inspect the trap still. Cryptozoologist camp, west of the Feld building. I've never once looked at the quests, so.
That's not true.
Get a hold of a sad song tape still happening.
Why are we not doing karaoke right now?
Because I haven't been able to get a hold of a sad song tape. I can't do this anymore about the armor.
Oh, you know what you have to do, right? You gotta take a sad song.
Make it better. Call Jamrock Public Library for information on the library card's owner. Checking the traps. Cape Side Apartments.
Yes, what is it?
How do I open up my inventory? There we go. Do I have my full perception set? Perception's at +1 right now. That's a -1 perception. -1 perception. Any of these pants fucking up my perception at all? Perception boots.
Yes, like the boots.
Right, that's why I'm not in the other
Yes.
boots.
What is it?
Everything disappears.
Hey!
You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes. It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls.
They should really.
No. What you mean this? Of
Oh,
course.
hold on a second. Didn't we already do this?
I could live through.
Yeah, I
Sure.
thought we did
Let me-
this. Are they not here?
Did it not save?
Hold on, I'll look up the last time we played the game.
Yes. What is it?
We must not have saved.
Last played on July 29th, so that was the last day.
Yeah.
That's when I had COVID. That's why we played that day. It's in my notes. Have some
But we
notes.
100% talked to these people
Yeah, I know.
and got them in, and we had a long conversation about the Crab Man.
Did the game crash at the end? I don't remember that.
Might have.
It's within the realm of possibility for us.
Hi again. So, how are things going? He's a quiet man, you know, a host. Yes? Yes? What's the deal? We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury, that's fine. We can... And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right? Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move us...
I'm gonna blow through these conversations with these people because we already did them.
Yeah, never mind blowing through when it's stuff we've done.
Right.
You usually do it.
Yeah, it's all set up.
All
It's
the time,
now,
though,
only
that's the
thing left to
problem.
do Is the name of the club. Yakokata!
I was watching us play KOTOR 2 earlier.
No, it has to be bigger than hardcore.
You're just
How
like,
about something?
Too much.
I'm just blowing through
Too
these.
ironic.
I'm like, Alex, you can't. This is important to the story. And you're like, I was not even going to talk to her in the first place.
Name. Everything I managed.
Andre's overthinking.
Yes, you should do it, detective. Noid's right. You've helped us so much. The amnesia.
Like the.
Amnesia. It's not amnesia, guys.
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
An underground place
Okay.
with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the crab.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas.
I don't care. I don't like the crab man.
You have? Well, what's the name? Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
But Disco Elysium, isn't it wacky?
The past is the future, but the future is dead. No,
You got it,
it's
Egghead.
beautiful. Beautiful and brave, like we want it to be. And short. and memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
I don't remember doing this though.
Andre
No, we didn't
breaks
do this.
into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name.
I'm dancing. Yes, my man.
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves?
Should have a little bit of savoir-faire, I think.
Alright.
Or do we want more volition just so that we can have... I'm gonna fuck around hard enough. Oh, skill cap is reached. Got it.
Oh, do you have a cap? Or on the specific one?
Yeah, see? I've already put my 2 points in there total.
Oh, gotcha. Is there no way to... do we have to, like, upgrade on the left side first?
Yeah, it seems like it, but that's
I don't
not the
remember.
case. Hold on a second. So I can turn these back into white checks if I level them up. There's a legendary for the novelty dice maker. Composure for smoker on the balcony. What the fuck is going on?
What? Rub?
Okay, there we go. Oh no, something's wrong with my scroll wheel.
I've complained about your scroll wheel for years. Again,
Anyway.
as Sarah pointed out, 2 tech problems. We're shocked.
We'll do interfacing.
Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better. But there's a noticeable lack of something. You close your eyes,
But just imagine the moves you could pull.
puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even
Yeah,
a failed attempt gets the
electrochemistry.
juices flowing and repairs some of the damage done by battles lost.
It's to express my individuality.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Or because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me. I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20. Not 20. Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes. Maybe
Giving
it
it
was
to
a
him.
bad idea. Anyway, goodbye, officer.
Alright, we talked to this guy about Crabman a long time, so we're gonna
Yeah.
fucking fly
You've
through
got a
that.
thing between you and me. I don't know if you've noticed this about me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andre Acel, the one with the large head, is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling
I do like
from
your
the
fuck the
bass.
world jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex
It's a
is great
miracle
at
of cop,
unintentionally
that's
avoiding
right,
our main
alone on
story.
it. I would want to build a dead body. I saw some dead set. End of quote. This is an high quality
I haven't looked at any of the
carcass.
Zork
It never
footage
was.
from Monday, but I do need to.
3,000-year-old
couple clips
regime
from
of
her.
history. Built by hundreds of generations of self-Io. Andre
By the
doesn't
way, I
care
think I'm
where
going to
you
work
roll
on tomorrow.
an oddity.
You know what this kind
Yeah.
of stuff goes well with.
I said to my boss, I don't have the
Only a
mental
little.
capacity to do
It's a necessity.
this week again.
There is a...
The super
Forget it. It would be...
At least I still have some amount of flexibility, Alex.
Right.
Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put your stands to...
Slowly, peeled by the wind, your skin
I don't. You mellow.
Mass murder on the floor.
No one. Likewise. No, she invented, then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That's in the true life.
Oh my living God. It's there. Suddenly you feel like you need to plummet into it. Look away. Say something.
There is.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
Will do.
No, Noid. Stop twisting my melon, man. People are gonna love it. It'll be our thing.
Humanism, she like game. Are you a commie cop? Then that's why. The world disarno, Van Eyck. That's not the life that humans live. Well, they loved her. Okay. The mass murderer. Why? Okay. I did get anyway.
Yeah,
Dude seen
now I
some
recall
crazy
that he
You
had
believe the man
so
good
much to
thing you
say.
didn't Squash him.
Oh yeah.
They're hardcore. You know what I think? They're just clothes. It's just a style. The Crabman's been lurking here, not like encasement, like this is some old, I don't know, it'll be fruit.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by outside.
No, anodic music will and if it can't, seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure like a and that is what caused the communards to fail in defense. I don't know. Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. Dead body. Sure, suspicious. It took us setting. It's short for paranoid. A reasonable question. I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of. I prefer the original.
Whatever this
Mental illness. It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being correct.
His eyes flicker.
But life is true if it's free from fear. Beats and bright.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face.
Many non-utmost egghead you.
Hardcore!
Maybe you're being too. Oh yeah, sure thing.
Did I successfully conceptualize the hardcore aesthetic last time? I feel like I did.
Aggressive.
Don't think so, but I don't.
And we talked to her as well.
She's whistling.
But we did not talk
Hey
to
there,
Egghead.
but that's not really what I want for getting me and my friends in it. Good, I think. Sauna, the programmer. Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favor.
Nice.
Oh, she's a bit. But
Yeah, we
earlier
talked to
today.
Suna.
Oh,
We
I
talked
just
about
tried to stay
Tiago.
away. Beats me. Who knows? Who do you want to know about? Andre.
She rubs us.
He takes care of nothing. Must have. I've never seen him. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know.
Yeah, drugs. Shit. Fuck. We don't care.
Yes. Anyway, yes. Who do you want to know? He's he's real hardcore about the lifestyle. He's a carpenter. Not to sound too dramatic. It's just some. I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street?
I know about
It's a
the
little
cover card.
bewildering. Kind of. Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds. They do say Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're... anyway.
I understand.
Actually,
Love vocals.
once Egg came, it was definitely
Oh, I do
people.
like.
You can see it must
But
have.
that's not the
Who do you
point.
want to know about? Me? Again? I told you.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of.
It means I don't answer questions about myself. Is there a law that...
That would depend on the circumstance.
Thank you. Sure.
The silver bird has already flown away.
Alright. We've done most of our talking. Is Crabman up there?
We're close. True, hard, full, car. Hardcore. Hardcore. to the
Hardcore.
mega. Here comes the night. We're close. True, hard, hardcore. Yeah!
No, I can't give in to him.
True. Hardcore. Yeah. Spinning and the mud.
No.
The club. True. It's hardcore. Skipper.
We've done that. Tree.
The club. True. Hard. It's hardcore. Skipper. The close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the neck. Internally coherent. All car.
Hardcore!
Gotta get the people.
Hardcore!
I'm the party boy. It's my job. Hardcore party 20.
Shit. Okay, we were getting there.
Hard, full, car. It's hardcore. Skipper D. The
Alright,
club.
hold on.
True.
So we're doing
hard,
one,
hardcore, internally coherent. All
one,
car. Gotta
two,
get the people going.
one.
Yeah. Request.
Oh.
The close. True.
One,
Hardcore,
one,
internally.
one,
All
two,
gotta get the. I'm
two,
the party boy. It's my job.
two.
Two on a track. Watch your back.
Oh.
The cloud. True. Inter. All car.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah. The question is, what is the question? But there was a question.
God, we're making progress.
True. All.
He furrows.
Hardcore. The question is, but there was no question.
Shit.
True. All.
He furrows.
Hard. Is it though? One mind, one. True.
We're getting through this maze together.
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Got it.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only...
I'm getting a lot of,
I think it's super
Rockets
hardcore.
vibe.
But you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
Just to tie it back to Mike Myers a little bit more.
Right.
It is, isn't it? But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be? Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh.
DeLorean charge!
Vibrations thump through your blue soul. A hawthorn tree on which he stands. The other real deck is empty.
There's nothing wrong. Sometimes isn't some. It's like
I think it's super hardcore. Fuck yeah! I knew it!
there's nothing. Some isn't something. It's like it's.
I think it's super. We can all hear it's not hyper hardcore. If figures of authority keep telling us things are hyper.
Uh-huh.
This is a serious matter. Stop talking about fish.
Psst. You can hear the would-be leader whisper to his friend. Don't let him know.
It is, but how could it become harder core? I know the
Harder core.
Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind
Because
works, the beat
that's for
recedes
sure.
from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm. The inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Oh yeah, he's doomed.
The abstract shape. The hard.
I know. So does mine.
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
No. What?
As your mind works,
Oh yeah.
the abstract, the hardcore. But there's something else that
Yeah!
you know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should
Physical
land.
instrument, baby.
So does every chord and animal.
What?
You are the embodiment of physical instrument.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people
That's
going
true.
and say it's hardcore.
The young man falls silent with appreciation.
Basically,
All
what
right,
you need to
now you
find
need to
here
make the beat
is
more
a
hardcore.
tape with some banging music on it. So,
Yeah, maybe that street talker across the pawn shop.
There is a hawthorn
Oh, well,
tree
and
on
this ties
Rue de
in with the sad
Saint-Gislais.
tape karaoke.
Oh, I know.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge.
I
I really
knew
thought he
that.
said Saint
And the
Jizz for a
mosaic,
second.
But it's all blocked with that.
Does it?
Anyway, that
Cupman! Yeah! Back on the case! No disgrace! Bring it down to party place!
Hell
The
yeah,
first
okay.
page of the second chapter! Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah! Alright! No! No, no! This is gonna make people scared! Keep it positive! Keep the love in righteous! No! No, can't do! This is gonna make people sad! This isn't sadcore! Yeah! No nation, but trans nation! No war, but class war!
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Palaceum. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With a rebel yell! I could be a communist! If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Don't be a communist. That path is too hardcore.
Aye! I could be.
Please don't.
Oh yeah, turn him into a.
Aye!
You guess he is communist now.
I could.
Please don't.
Oh yeah, turn him in.
Aye!
What the fuck?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as full.
Yeah, you never got the rebel yell reference.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking, Revershaw imperative.
With a rebel yell!
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too. Don't be.
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking.
Hardcore superstar! Communism rules the nation!
You know, I just remembered something, Alex. I'll be right back. Like, 1 minute.
The worker must move your ass! I'm sorry. Tape! Yeah! Communism forever! Yeah! The first page of the second chapter! No!
Don't be a.
Yeah!
Unless you were. Don't be a.
Yeah!
Unless you were.
Hardcore superstar! Communism rules the nation! I'm sorry. No nation, but communism. Here comes the sun!
You could swear you feel the bright future of the working classes reflected of Jermaine Egghead's giant smile and right onto your face. Revolution makes your toes curl in anticipation.
Got him. Waiting on hoops. Ooh, I can open up a booster pack in my Pokemon's game. Let me see. Seraph, should I do a Pikachu pack, a Charizard pack, or a Mewtwo pack? Char. Shart. Our Our Baldur's Gate playthrough, by the way, has been going swimmingly. Poliwag, hit my champ. Star you, star me. Ooh. Yeah, let me see. Can we see that? Look at that. Another one of those Lapras. I can dig it. Happy with the result there. Oops. Oops, come back. We haven't even left the church. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad. That was the pick.
Basically, yes it is. Lungs are for love. When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Objectively, it was good for its time. And they sort of screwed it up after she passed, like they always do. Don't listen to that retrograde class warrior.
Shut up, I know it was like 3.
Lungs are
Yes.
for love. Communism forever.
What did I remember, Alex, that I have?
That is your ice cream.
Oh, damn it. Damn
It
straight.
feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good.
Did I tell you the flavor?
Like a spark of life in that
Is it
body.
cookies and cream?
No. I'm not Jackie. No, wait, Jackie hates it. I'm not Dazzle.
Yeah.
American Dream, because
Oh, yeah.
it's gone out the window.
Because you're killing it now.
The mother of humanism.
Alright, lady.
Yes, what is it?
What? I can't hear you.
I thought you did the whole
The
game really
music
straight,
is
Sarah.
too loud. Oh, the project. It's not going well. There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio
Sorry, can
signal
you repeat
from the
that?
mixer into the speakers. Heck! A 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input. Okay? He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yekukata. A place to be, apparently. Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes. You know how it goes.
Well, luckily, I just learned how to communicate with Egghead, so.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car!
To the mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary. What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5? Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah.
That sounds like you need to go find an adapter.
No. We're going to be in this church.
Don't worry. I have an adapter for it
Oh.
right here. Hang on. This is a 4.5. We're all good people.
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it
It
all
shouldn't.
set up. Can we turn the music off?
Yeah, well, he's just a,
Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going
Audio
to turn
file.
off the audio for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The audio will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes, and then I'll turn off the music.
Yes, what is it? Okay, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit?
Maximum! Maximum is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instant? Just this one time? Maximum is not the only way, okay?
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
Glue style? Okay, there literally is no other way. The mixing desk is glued to maximum.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless. Of course it is.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
Never mind then.
I love this
Let's get
guy.
on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
All ready.
Ready.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically. His hand moves to the gun holster. There's tightness in your chest. Anxiety.
Go for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
No wind outside. No waves. No floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly, it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest. It will devour everything. The floorboards, the glass, the streets and the people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on?
This fragile world is about to break.
It's getting louder.
I'm glad I upgraded my interfacing.
In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
He's peaking, the worst high he's ever been on.
Hardcore.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside, cautiously, his eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark.
Come down to us! Love!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Beautiful car! Beautiful life!
Shit! It doesn't stop. Asil, have you?
Yes, I've turned it off. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is gonna come down.
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming.
Shall we die?
But
yeah,
then
maybe. Maybe
it
don't do that.
stops. Totally and utterly.
Okay.
As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody
he did
is
it.
staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore.
You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too. And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now.
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I promise, officer. It was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically, I have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
Ayo.
What?
They
Dig
need
at
to
the
hear
writers.
about this.
Oh.
Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
Getting a bag of Skittles.
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway. Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes. And we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it together.
Do you have logic stuff to put on? I meant like clothes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
The portal reel is just what you needed. You push. Come on.
The harbor.
He's right.
We already
The
did this, though.
lieutenant presses the
Yeah.
button
I think we've...
as you take.
Nights and white satin.
Quite a bit of logic close, actually.
Yes, what is it?
-10, pale unknown. Sure.
All you hear is silence in your head.
you know, speaking of logical, Seraph, what's another word for like okay?
Decent?
No.
Fine?
No.
Sure?
No.
Blister.
Subject?
Blister. Swollen joint.
But no cuts.
No cuts. Look at
at
me,
you.
man.
Look at you, huh?
Look at me. It's like I've grown as a person. I do have them all cut, though. So now I'm gonna go gesso the fuck out of my wooden books.
Okay.
God, those fucking tedious.
You did it.
No, like, if I say, you know, I hand you a book, and you say, this is okay.
It was alright.
It meets the requirements. I guess it's close to satisfied, man. It's a different word I'm thinking of, though.
Passable. Acceptable.
Oh, that's a good one.
Unacceptable.
He just wanted it. He just wanted Seraph to write it. I knew it was gonna make the line. We see it, Alex?
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw it.
I'm like, it wouldn't be as funny if
What is
I
it?
typed it in.
Good morning, Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore. Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all. It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make. Yeah!
I'm
You also
getting
have-
limousine vibes from Egghead now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
Goodbye, officer.
Well, shit. Now we gotta go back through the software fair.
Savoir. Thank God we don't have a fucking weight to us like in Zork.
Yeah, right.
Although, at least now we know the reason for having a weight, which is basically to do the coffin puzzle.
Yeah, but also annoying.
What's on your mind?
It's more
Aggressive.
annoying than anything else.
Monotonous.
Welcome back.
Alright, well. I need a tape with a melody. I also need to head towards Cape Side Apartments.
What's there?
At 2200, I'm supposed to be meeting somebody there.
Oh.
I just don't remember where the Cape Side Apartments are.
old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand. A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds sway. The wind picks up here. Near this trap is also full of panicked locusts.
Another empty trap. Of course. Noted. Yes?
Cryptozoologist camp. And then west of the Feld building.
Corey Feldman building. What did Jay describe Corey Feldman as in that video?
I don't remember. I think he said something about it being like a horrible day with Corey Feldman.
I thought he said something like America's treasure, like sarcastically or something along.
Oh yeah.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter, caustic tape.
Yeah, we already did that. Although I'm supposed to call the library, but...
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construct again. The worn map features that your finger finally.
For more details.
It's just an intricate. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars. Gone. The face of King Freecell smiles at you. For some...
I thought he said free cell for a second.
The bullet is still safely
never good at
sealed
that game.
away in a plastic bag bearing the RCMs.
Okay. And what's your best guess? An antique. That makes sense. I have to hand some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzleloaders once they've trained with. Imagine if. But back to the investigation. Let's find out. Next step.
Medicinal purposes of the pearl. A cockatoo is. This book talks about that despite the bang is for all the perhaps in the word. You're right. Ouch. Not great for the mate. This is a yellow. Where to even begin? Pet owners, it is not recommended to get a cockatoo. A police badge on 6 crumbling. The library card. Billy is a unisex name. Whoever owned most of the, if lost, please return the card to the library.
Right, I should be
A
able to
metal
use it.
payphone
Yeah,
under
fine.
a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter, caustic taste on the tip of your...
This is where we found that body, right?
Yes.
There's some tear.
Yeah, on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Or near the bench.
tragedy.
Tragedy. That was almost one of the songs going into the Bee Gees' "We Thin."
Oh yeah.
It's close.
It's
I found the other two funnier.
Yeah, there's better options.
You see, a slogan.
I mean, it had to be Nights on Broadway.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, with those crazy cool medallions. Buck 9.
Living it up on the Barry Gibb Talk Show.
The Barry Gibb Talk Show.
This is the
Tiny
trap,
cages.
Morel, the reed. The later it get, nothing but locusts in this.
Empty as all of them. One more of these
In
and
my
we're done.
swamp.
Of course. Noted.
Okay, so now we have to go to boathouses west of the Feld building. Which one is the Feld building?
It takes you a moment. Behind you, when this district, the trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
We did sort of promise to tell them, didn't we?
Behind you, when this district...
Okay, so where the fuck are they? Oh, he's at the Whirling in Rags. Okay.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall.
Yeah, I mean, I can see playing this game as a very straight man, right?
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't. You almost did, though. You started
Almost
to.
did. Was I not able to fast travel before? Thanks for that tidbit. I'm glad I stopped fucking moving for that.
Yeah, I know. It was great. It's like in the Sopranos game we saw last night.
Yeah. Anyway, $4 a pound.
It almost feels like a parody.
Yeah, well, it's certainly not good.
No. We should play it.
Hey, wait a second. There's no way we can hear it from all the way over here. I guess it is just right over there.
Yeah.
That page 3 girl, she must be the most beautiful page 3 girl ever printed. And look at those freckles. the origin of disco. Makes you want to dive into the boogie, doesn't it? Get closer to disco itself with Miss Page 3. Come on, Beauty is inviting you on a pilgrimage. A pilgrimage you can make with just your hand.
Hand-eye coordination and electrochemistry. Hold on, is this what happens when you two get together?
Sure is. Oh, come on. Don't say you've forgotten that as well. That's exactly what I mean. Unzip and party down on yourself, my man. No one's watching. Except Miss Page 3, of course. Look at her thighs. Between her thighs.
Am I gonna jerk off in front of Kim?
What are you waiting for? Party with Miss Page 3 all the way to Disco Zero.
I mean, you have to now. It's...
Absolutely not. Is what you're thinking. But you don't want to disco like this. Not really. Not in the deepest part of your soul, where the freckles only make you sad. Come on, what are you talking about? Sad freckles. Freckles are fun. The furnace has long been cold, despite itself. You're too sad to jerk off. This is not the first time this has happened, either. Then it is truly over. You are beyond the help of the Page 3 girl. You are truly...
I would have felt real bad if I died of shame there.
We would be losing our minds.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can... Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
All the old boomboxes are... You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse?
Indeed. I think I even have his cap somewhere down here. A tiny miniature phone cap to go with it.
The lieutenant studies. Cool rider, right? I knew we'd find something worthwhile here.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Okay. I was hoping this guy would have some tapes for me.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamp.
But there is maybe one other guy who can sell stuff to me.
Everything's still cool here of tapes. You mean like music tapes? No, music is out. Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses. If you want to get your mojo going, tapes. Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees. There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry. No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes.
To the west, dark brown ribbons of tape hang from the tree. You should have a look. It's...
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guarantee.
I like the sports visor with the googly eyes.
Yes. You know, you have the money. You got 57 real.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Alex, well, you say that. Was there a bonus to it?
You've stood here for what seems like eons.
What was the bonus?
Guzzling the sickly fume, patting the tree, reveals a small sticker which has almost
perception plus one.
Oblivion.
You need perception. Why are you not buying that?
Emergencies desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan: Mankind, be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy. The gnarled
I think you should
hawthorn
go buy
tree
that,
on
Alex.
root.
I think you need
The
the extra
hawthorn
perception.
tree is disappointed by your betrayal and psychopathic tendencies.
I'll go buy it.
Also, your fist hurts a little. The pain, it is nothing. Revel
Suck on that object.
Suck on that object. My existence now class is yours.
Power from it. Yes, your pain is real. The pain of a tree is mute and base and uninterested.
Had enough assaulting Madre Natura? We should get moving.
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane.
The
A
multi-troll
wintry
is
breeze
truly
blows
multi.
by, making magnetic.
I am going to get a little bit more interfacing if I can. Nope.
The gnarled hawthorn tree en route with slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop.
What's the tape for? How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
He's the master of
Alright.
ceremonies,
You could also
absolutely.
get it fixed at the point. You know, since tape spinning isn't really our day job.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape.
Plenty of time.
Officer, the flashlight, please. Hello, hello. You mean Reese Pooley? Yeah, I do, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Huh? What do you mean? Yes, what about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
Thanks, Bird's Nest Roy.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is meant.
Yeah, it was. Respooling isn't that difficult. Although I had to mend the tape in a few places. Anyhow, it's yours now. Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay, sure thing. Sure, man.
I got the tape.
that
I got the tape. I got the
Okay.
tape. I got it.
Yeah. Is that Kim Wilde?
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
The Bangles.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's We Got the Beat. I was thinking it's Kids in America. No, it's We Got the Beat, and therefore it's not the Bangles. It's the Go-Go's.
And there's a very Kids in America is very similar.
Yeah.
We're all just firing on all cylinders tonight, aren't we?
I was figuring out how to phrase it. I couldn't. So yeah.
Hey, old lady.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Alright, fine.
We Got the Beat was their biggest hit. I would have thought it was Our Lips Are Sealed, which I found to be a better song.
Incorrect. We Got the Beat. Kids across the world would sing that.
What are you talking about?
They sang it across the world.
What?
We got the beat. We got the beat. Yeah, there was a fucking ton. Growing up, that song was in like a shitload of children's shows that I watched.
Like what?
I can't remember the name of it, but it was a bunch of fucking kids. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to look up the show. It was very bizarre, is all I can say.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B!
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself? Listen, I'm just going to show it to you.
I love Egghead.
Is it the exact same song?
That'd be hysterical. No.
Wow! Here's that! It's a science match perfectly! Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why it fits so well.
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
I think you might know the answer.
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you could. The young man bobs his head to the music.
Level up one more slot so I can internalize my Arno. I don't understand why sometimes I can fast travel and sometimes I can't.
I don't know. Good question.
Just go up. What the fuck?
officer.
I do need to get some sort of psyche heal soon.
The scruffy-haired little boy.
I can't just rely on getting it right, you know? I play too stupid.
I mean, considering the way we've been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
What was that supposed to mean?
Just that we rely on luck a bit too many times on our things.
I mean, we do.
Granted, we've gotten lucky in most cases.
Oh yeah, we get super lucky.
Everything's still cool here.
The gnarled hawthorn tree. The gnarled hawthorn.
Do I not get that red check anymore?
Weird.
The Delta Logistics Company truck stands here waiting, reflecting white light from the courtyard behind it. You knew it would be here, blocking the gate.
A mythical cocaine skull could hardly be of any consequence to us. You can come back to it on your own when we are done with this case.
Because this is a place of mystery. Yes, people hard at work at their desks. They can barely tell if it's day or night anymore. Because the lights in the building are so uniform and bright. Who knows when they'll come out? Could be.
They'll come
They
out with
certainly
the
want to stay
Grim Grinning Ghost, of course.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes.
To socialize?
Yes. And
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Irony. Yes. Could be. Yes. People hard at work at their desks. Yes. They are highly motivated.
It's great to see you again, officer.
Who is this?
Boy, am I ever so grateful to you, officer.
That's crypto-fascist. Right.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I knew it.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude.
Shine the flashlight in her eyes.
It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull.
One Inland Empire, one Volition. Yeah, I'll take those over Pain Threshold right now.
Oh, hello, sweetie.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you? Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
Well, first of all, typical rookie assumption. Insects are much even simply
would be glory.
very little. Not yet. I know by which I mean. I've heard enough firsthand that I have to resist. Parthenogenesis. Yes. Good. Okay. And
What did I keep calling
completely empty?
the
Surprise, tempered with fear and
metamorphosis in
trepidation.
Baldur's Gate?
He doesn't know what to think yet.
Sourmorphosis?
Maybe you're joking.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
No religion too?
Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the Reeds.
Of course, be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stand. Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here.
Incorrect.
This
I'm
has
going to
been
develop an
refreshing.
alternative theory about missing locusts.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though
I almost failed it, too.
shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bags?
Oh.
Dear Morel.
You think he'll talk to us
Been an
now?
old man for too long.
I don't think so.
Oh, you've been such a dear
Oh,
to us.
come on.
See, you've got...
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything at Morale. It's been fun. Really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Gary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Sue's Rain Tea today, though.
Has anyone come up with like an actual game based on that?
Always a pleasure
think
to
so.
see an officer of... I mean, officers.
Alright, Gary the cryptozoologist. Let's go see if Kuno will talk to me. I doubt it.
Kuno!
Kuno's gonna tell me to fuck off, though.
Was that? Could it be the Coldamama Dakwa?
I'm sorry.
The Golden Mama Dakwa.
I'm sorry, what?
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial
Kim.
harbor. There it is again. You're
Okay.
about to rediscover a lot. It must be very close. What are
There's
you
no way this is
doing?
a bird, but
You're
anyway.
a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age.
Jesus.
No, I don't hear the Koldomama Dakwa, and neither do you.
Of course he doesn't. He's deaf. Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets. Keep your ears peeled, then.
Did that echo?
If the species really has migrated to Martinez,
The Golden Mama Dakwa.
Jameis Winston Vu. Do you have a lock on your thought cabinet, Alex?
Naturally. I'm just gonna leave it out there for everybody to fucking poke around at. Kuno.
The kid, doesn't he?
Yeah, I fucked up a bunch of quests by making him pissed off at me.
God damn it, Alex.
Ripperino.
Dude.
Can I ask other kid?
The girl is ignoring you.
Nope. I'll have to ask the other children. Where is... Can I call the library from the car?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
Looks like you might be able to free up Kuno at some point, Alex.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here.
We should try.
Anything else, Detective? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
Gotta remember to call them between 6 and 10. Stebbins meeting at the Cape Side Apartments. I gotta remember where that is. Clause is up here, right?
Yep. But it says to come here when without Kim, right?
No, this one here.
Yeah, when Kim's not around to stop you, what it says.
Yes?
Come on!
Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
I like that they have something fucking diegetic about the way that you move around this game.
They say it's a scene-clearing
Yes.
technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things. Shiny.
That's racist. I don't prioritize containers.
I'm sure you don't. It's just a stupid...
Well, I'll ask you anyway.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Alright. Well, I do know where I need to go now.
This window is
Fucking, why are you doing this? I need legendary empathy with Kuno. Don't even talk to me.
I think you really fucked up with Kuno, Alex.
I did. I fucked up with Kuno pretty hard. What, I can't get in there? Oh, because I have my own place and I didn't rent that room. Okay, Gart.
Hey, was there something you needed? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but...
Even though I have my free room. Still drop 20 real for this.
I don't think it was worth it, but yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
A mirror
Here, we're not
hangs on the
strapped for
bathroom
cash.
wall. In it, your face. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it.
Oh wait, oh my multi-tool's not in hand.
My
A mirror
multi-pass.
hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Oh, chain cutters.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, the faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
The expression.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation. Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. Wow. Mythopoetically adequate stuff. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I can't say. Probably not. Sound. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that.
I don't know why, but
And
I'm
also,
thinking of Cromartie High School here. Just,
that
I can
Yeah,
picture
here,
like,
let me-
Right.
and that we're
Let me hum it for you
alone
again.
now.
Mhm,
It was
mhm,
difficult
mhm.
to tell. The song
Mhm.
itself is very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Yes, it was very cool. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it. No problem, sir.
What are you thinking now?
I can do the mirror again, it looks like.
Go to the mirror, boy.
But I do need to attend Stebbins' meeting after 2200 at the Cape Side Apartments. I'm assuming those are the Cape Side Apartments.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
Not really sure why, but
Hi again, Gendarme.
so
Bye-bye,
Midnight
Gendarme.
Confessions just popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
With bass played by, or maybe it's guitar. One of them, either bass or guitar, is played by someone who became famous for something much later.
You see a set of tire
Flea.
tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza
Who?
mosaic.
Flea.
No. Creed Bratton.
Oh, okay. I did know he was a musician. Is it visual calculus that I needed?
www.creedthoughts. I forgot the full thing. I like the phrase "eye of the reckoning."
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza. No, these tracks are not in.
That was a shit roll.
Yep.
Cue now.
There are 8. You won't get far without a lieutenant here to bounce thoughts off of. The kid.
Hey, Sarah, you still there?
Why?
Well, we're gonna be doing some Sega City
Just
Adventure
an
games soon,
ordinary
and I
war.
figured I'd throw it out to you as well, potentially, if you had any preference for which one we'd play first. Not that we know what we're doing yet.
The door is closed. You
I
hear
was
someone
gonna show up
inside.
with the my little bin of game and have Alex and Jackie pick, and with my input too. I'll list them off. Oh, well, maybe. But maybe it'll, something will pique your interest of
You hear
either,
someone walk.
man, that sounds awesome, or, man, that sounds like shit, they should play it. Okay, we have Dune,
Would she
the adventure
understand
game,
if
not
they
the
did?
Dune 2.
If it ain't my
Genesis
business,
game.
I think we'd all be
Rise of the
better off.
Dragon, Mansion of
If
Hidden
people
Souls, Jurassic
ask
Park,
away, police. No one
Dracula
lives there.
Unleashed, The
It's
Space
been empty
Adventure,
for months. Impossible. I would
The
know if
Adventures of
someone
Willy
lived in
Beamish,
there. Maybe it's
Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with
That may be
people
it.
come
That's a
and
good list,
go.
though.
They probably just moved.
Let's say Rise of the Dragon.
That one
Yeah.
is a scientist. I think he studies astrology. Something to do with all those stars around his
I also have
door.
Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective
He asked
2,
me
but
to
let's
leave
play
his
1
door.
first.
The symbol of what now?
Okay. I don't know.
Never
Have you
heard
looked
of
the
it.
other ones up, Sarah?
The old she leaves an older the hell.
She really doesn't. She mumbles some kind of a response.
I also, fun fact, I've got about 3 other terrible Dracula adventure games lined up. So at some point we may just have Dracula.
We can just do like the Dracula nights.
Dracula nights.
You hear someone walking around.
Excuse me? Of course not.
Scare them. Suspected of some
What did you
big
say?
crime. You have plenty
Oh, excuse me,
of
of course
reason to enter.
It didn't sound like that.
Oh, come on.
I don't know, wait till we play them, Sarah. I had high hopes for El Dorado. And when I say high hopes, I just thought it wasn't going to be pure shit.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez
That's a
Realty
mouthful.
Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20 at least.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with short
I gotta say, if any map
Thank you.
wrote Zone of
Do you have any
Control on it
questions?
for like
I
a
need to be
civilian
back in
area,
Midtown in an
I wouldn't
hour.
be too thrilled with
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
I fuck shit up too.
Ha! Sounds like you've spent too much time undercover in some rock band. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner.
Is there a movie
that
out there
was
about that?
months ago. Anyway.
What?
It is.
Going undercover in a rock band?
I'm sure there is.
Everyone says the real estate agents don't do anything. But here I am in the middle of the night cleaning out someone's crash pad. So the sooner we get this over with, the better.
Come to think of it, she does
Yep.
look incredible.
Rock My World, 2002.
Oh, that's another
Never heard of
huge
it.
mess. The former
I would have
tenant
imagined
owes
a better
us 3
movie.
months of rent. 3.
You heard of this one?
We closed
No.
the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables. And again, I have
Apparently
no
people
idea how stupid
say-
mistakes like this can
like
even
it?
happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the
It's
neighboring
got a
door.
6.0 on,
Brendan,
on
she's
IMDb.
probably on some low-grade
10.
performance enhancement.
Starring Peter O'Toole!
Or
A hole in
Interesting.
the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
the sum must have been puny.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to
Oh, this
blossom
movie
with
sounds like
artists
complete
and
shit,
Well, it
Alex.
does not disappear from. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're
Worth
going
watching.
to find the time or
I'm
resources.
not gonna do
to
it now,
fix
but I gotta read you the
Both
plot over.
apartments are now unrentable. Both, of course.
Hypnogamma. Nice. I'll take
Oh
a
my
+3 morale medicine.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Sorry if I just put the DVD cover into the chat.
Nothing but swallow unless we start killing real estate agents.
We won't be killing anyone. And you shouldn't say
That was
things like
Shakespeare, right?
Yeah, exactly.
First thing we do, kill all the real estate agents.
So what do you think? Arlo
See,
Van
I
Eyck?
can make highbrow and the lowbrow jokes. Anyway. Wait.
So do we go...
Oh,
Do we internalize Arlo Van Eyck? Or do we internalize Kolda Mamadakwa?
I'd say Arno.
I agree, and we'll do Kolda Mamadakwa next.
Okay. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna read the description as soon as we're not like we're, you know, we got a little bit more of a break, but I don't want to talk over the game either.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Marzov. A warm feeling fills you as you look into Marzov's marble. A poor communard, from the looks of it.
Gotta go to the balcony.
This door is made of metal. No one answers.
I've got to find a way to pass like 20 minutes.
Is there? There's no way to wait.
I can go walk to the bench. Maybe I can talk to you.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mule?
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners. Figures. All of you are liars. They're such sweet...
She throws you a conspiratorial glance.
Have you noticed the quiet? This
I think we already
place
did that,
is
kind of.
Sepulcher.
The
Dude,
band?
Callback. Callback after callback. No, remember I was saying about from Sam Max the other night?
Right. Maybe I can talk to the lady on the boat.
M. Night Shyamalan?
I
forgot
didn't
about
hate
her.
that movie.
I believe we've talked about that before.
We're
Yeah.
back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on.
Yeah, ask, obviously.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
She's got no.
She's not even asking you anything.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there. A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him. Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village, full of ghosts and ancient memories. A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that. Oh my. A real door. My. What I'm hearing is... you inspected a premises because you suspected that it was involved in the narcotics trade. And, in the process, you turned up some information relevant to your investigation. Only from Everard, surprisingly.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return.
What do we think here?
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it to their advantage. Don't let him. Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam, I will gladly...
She must really want you to look into the drugs.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out. Oh my. Very interesting.
Her mind races to the conclusion that most benefits her interests.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
There's something in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now.
I wouldn't have taken Everard for a saber rattler. Was he surrounded by union men he wanted to impress?
No. It was more like he wanted things to get worse. In secret, of course.
Or he wants you and me to believe he wants to go to war. I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me.
Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity? She has to ask herself, but...
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider. Did you now? What sort of borscht is... I disagree. It sounds like a strike brew. And you made them more drunk? Aren't they corked enough already? Very curious. A very curious thing to do. What else? Oh, so very, very helpful. And how is... yes. As you said. Your gun, yes. Do you want to talk about something else now?
He seems to be in some sort of loop. Well, that's not good. Looks fine over here. You sure it's not some sort of glandular problem?
What is happening?
No, it's not that. It's... I have no idea. This is bad. Executive function is completely shot. I keep pushing buttons and nothing is happening.
Sweetheart, please stop repeating that now. Please.
How do we get out of here?
Yes, Mr. Everard. This gossiping idea was terrible on my part. I take it back.
The woman scans her surroundings, as though a neurologist might magically appear. Fear seeps into you as you say it. Your skin crawls.
Mr. Everard is helping him find his gun.
Do you want me to take you to a hospital?
Things were going so well before. There's no other option. The process must be interrupted. Yeah, we need to pull the plug. There's nothing else to do. Physically, he should be fine. Or at least no worse than usual. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Hurry! Are you all right?
I'm great. Are you?
I'm much better now that you're back.
That sounds like me.
Never mind the details. We've Wasted enough time as it is.
What a
Now,
bizarre
please ask me
interaction. I
something
love it.
else before it happens again. Something that, preferably, doesn't
Sarah
include
said,
the
shame you're
words
missing your meeting,
Mr.
by the way.
Of course, detective.
No, it said after 2200. I'm going there. I had to pass the time.
By entering an infinite loop.
Give me a moment. What?
Would she understand?
If it ain't mine, I think we'd all...
I think it's up this balcony.
It would have been funny if Kim was there for that interaction. About the loop.
I don't know if I would have had that interaction if Kim was there.
That's fine.
This door is made. No one answers.
Do you know which room it's in?
No. Seraph said if you get there too late, you completely miss the meeting.
The metal
I got there.
grill, you can hear several voices
Perfect.
having what appears to be an animated discussion. This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinez. Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected. Something earthy, warm, and burnt. The acrid
Different
smell
meeting.
of failure. No, that's just slightly burnt coffee. A smell you would recognize anywhere.
Just look at this pig, sniffing about after hours.
Why didn't you say the secret door was right behind
Must have slipped my mind. You know how it goes.
The metal grill is cool to the touch. You can make out at least two separate voices. Two voices, both male, approximately early 20s.
Careful with those now. I have it. It's going to work. I can feel it.
The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent. A pair
feel like
of
this is where you
frightened ears
can.
cowering in some dark crevice of their burrow.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice? Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
For a moment, silence, a slight sensation of static electricity as before a storm. A miniature conference is taking place inside, and you are the subject.
What's the passphrase?
There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way.
Alright. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out. And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away.
Have fun at your underground meeting, pig. Hope it's a blast.
The two young men are either oblivious to or
Stubborn.
ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is they're stacking in the middle of
What are
the
they
floor.
just doing dominoes?
Matchboxes, it appears.
I think it's holding, Alexis.
It is. It's holding.
Careful,
funny.
careful.
Oh, no.
Damn, hardly any difference. You're late.
You should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
One leader and one follower. The most ancient power dynamic.
It's the rule 2, Star Wars.
Are you saying you have?
Always to the... No more, no less.
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one.
Yes, a revolutionary reading group. The most ideologically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez. But it sounds like that's news to you.
Maybe he can explain himself.
The young man frowns at the little pile of boxes on the floor.
Nothing, just messing around until the meeting started.
They're watching those matchboxes awfully intently for two guys who are just messing around. It's almost as though they were trying to create the most unstable structure they could with predictable results.
In the most general sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness.
Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it.
But more specifically, we are running a reading group. The most rigorous and theoretical.
Comrade Steban is a great discussion leader. One of the best at the university.
It's obvious they take this group of theirs extremely seriously. Whatever you do, don't compare it to a common book club. Can you imagine anything duller than a bunch of Beano clans yanking each other's knobs?
I was gonna say, it sounds just like a regular book club.
No, after I was gonna go with the logic for once here, because it sounds like something that you would BS on the spot.
Yeah.
That's our whole thing. The world is so shallow, all noise and repetition. We're interested in genuinely radical critique.
Precisely. We are not interested in senseless parroting. We like to read critically.
Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course. We studied all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week we finished the second volume of Puncher and Watman's Innocence of Capital.
Truly extraordinary.
And before that we spent 6 weeks on State and Plasm.
Uh-oh. You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorate. Your attention detaches. The voices of the young men fade away. It's a cool evening, you notice.
I love this.
Out beyond the dull chatter, you catch the sound of a distant seabird, and of course, the sound of the large stretches of canvas that cover the missing sections of wall. The way they billow in the night breeze reminds you of something. Yes, an image to get the blood pumping. An unpredictable power fighting to free itself. The beast is you, a mass of teeth and claws and violent urges. You let the invigorating sensation course through you, then turn your attention to the two young men, who appear just about finished.
And before that, there was Abelard's Impe Infernal.
But, of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignace Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists.
Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant, the evangelist of the revolution, and the founding father of the People's Republic of Samara.
It's hard to overstate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual.
He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasm, which forms the basis of inframaterialist theory.
Plasm, huh? Sounds like a hell of a drug. You might want to ask about it. The young man sighs. His companion looks about furtively.
What do you mean? This is the reading group. We're in something of a rebuilding phase.
Some of our former comrades didn't have the ideal...
Intellectual attrition is maybe the best way to describe it. Felix said he couldn't keep up with the reading on top of his classwork. And Susanna wanted to read text other than Mazovian theory. Like novels, if you can believe it.
See? Even the gendarme gets it.
We've tried recruiting new members,
Novels.
but unfortunately the current intellectual climate is pretty hostile to inframaterialist thought. These days, if you're on the left, the ascendant schools are the Godwaldians and their iconoclasts.
Don't forget about Maurice and the turnips.
Right. Then there was the whole turnip debacle.
Whatever this turnip business is about, one thing is perfectly clear. These young students have a much deeper understanding of communism than you do. You could learn a thing or two from them. If you can convince them you're one of them.
It's an unfortunate story. You see, our ex-comrade Maurice is something of an economist.
He's studying macro and microeconomics.
Oh boy.
Right. So a few weeks ago we were discussing the extra physical capabilities of the revolutionary state. And Maurice said,
He's trying to get
What
out of the
are those
importing
exact
and
words, Ulysses?
business, just into the exporting.
It was unbelievable. He said, turnips don't care if they are grown by communists, moralists, or Vulcan. They grow just the same.
Basically, he was rejecting the whole foundation of inframaterialist theory.
What is this inframaterialist business they keep blathering about? You've never heard of anything like it.
Simply that under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops, which Morris somehow has the gall to deny.
Susanna said that he has been hanging out with some non-communists lately.
For us, the question boiled down to, if you don't even accept the basic ideas of Nielsen and inframaterialist theory, why are you in the reading group? Well, it wasn't so much that he was expelled.
He just quit coming. We haven't seen him around for weeks.
Cindy is... how to describe her role?
Something of an ideological auxiliary, perhaps.
Yes, that's exactly how I would put it. And naturally, we support her radical counter-liberal aesthetics.
But she refuses to submit an essay, so we can't call her a member of the group per se.
That doesn't stop her from using the room for studio space, of course. For starters, they
No,
love talking about
studio
beans.
space.
Oh, sure. But iconoclasts are obsessed with beans. They love thinking about beans. They love counting beans. But most of all, they love building models to predict how many beans there'll be in the future. They're by far the most bean-centric school of communism.
Well, you know what to say about beans.
But isn't it good to know how many beans there are?
See? You're already falling for that scarcity logic. You start off assuming there aren't enough beans to go around. So naturally you want to cut the bean rations in half. And next thing you know, there are budget cuts. So now we've got to cut the bean rations in half again. You see, iconoclasts claim to be communists. But in reality, they're just liberals with hard-ons for spreadsheets. They're the
I
most
don't think
depressing
anyone has
school of
ever had a
communism.
hard-on for a spreadsheet.
They love writing long books with a patina
I've gotten
of
close.
Utopian theory to cover up their cheap psychologizing.
A gang of cheap psychologists and intellectual midgets. Typical Gottwalders, in other words.
It's okay for Uli to say that, because his
Yeah.
dad is from Gottwald.
Did you almost rub one out over a good
The
pivot
Gottwald
table?
school believe that intellectuals as a class...
I mean, I didn't rub one out, but I nearly came in my pants.
So all they can do is critique capitalism from inside itself.
In other words, they have lost faith in their own relevance.
That's why they spend all their time smoking cigarettes and writing long works of criticism that make you want to commit suicide. If it were,
Oh yeah, use
they
that
wouldn't
macro.
keep committing suicide. You see,
Deglaze the fuck out of that
school
band.
look like communists. They talk like communists. But scratch the patina and you'll see beneath that they're just depressed liberals who've read too many books. Of course not. The only people who actually call themselves liberals are mouth-foaming reactionaries.
Basically indistinguishable from fascists. You'd need an X-ray machine to tell the difference.
Go ahead. Clinching? No. We're not an operational cell.
We think of ourselves as more of an intellectual vanguard.
Our stance? What? Does he want to know if the SRV has established a party line on the lynchings in Martinez?
Though historically speaking, the SRV has supported direct action against right-wing paramilitary squads. Especially when they are doing the Indo-Tribes' dirty work.
Good point. So as a provisional matter, I can say we support it.
Are they being sarcastic? You feel like you're caught in some elaborate joke labyrinth, but it's impossible to see your way through.
No, we're an independent organization. We acknowledge and respect the union's efforts, but our interests are more theoretical than Mr. Clare's. That's easy. Crime is simply the inevitable expression of the injustice and incoherence embedded within capitalism itself. It's a symptom, in other words, not a cause.
His companion can barely suppress a yawn.
No, unfortunately, the communards were hunted down and killed nearly to a man. All that's left of them are bones and old rifles.
His companion's eyes widen as you hold up the ancient weapon. He's practically itching to stick that thing in someone's face and pull the trigger.
Yes, like that one. I wonder how many of these are still lying around in cellars or sealed up behind the masonry. Can I hold it? It's heavier than I was expecting.
The attitude of a priest bearing one of the holy relics of his faith. Though it is long out of service, its power is evident to him. When he's finished, he returns the rifle to you with a nod of appreciation.
We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics. But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two.
Stefan, you can't be serious. For gendarme?
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, he'll still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process. Assuming he's even still interested, that is.
Yeah, a lot more composure than that.
Sure. We're here most every night.
Sleep well, gendarme.
Arno van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away. And then it ended up in the Hawthorn tree. But why? Did he think it was retrograde? It wasn't. Perhaps he caught a glimpse of the future and did not want for it to arrive just yet. Perhaps the city whispered the top line to him, and he was frightened by it.
All Motorix white checks unlocked. Reveals Arno van Eyck gig posters in the world.
Nice. Did you want to increase your composure? Is that what it is here? And then try?
Yeah.
Just take his jacket.
Take his
It's a
boots.
vest. Save it.
The gendarme returns. What do you need?
What's there to be scared of? You've really been cracking the books these last few days. You can go toe-to intellectual toe with any reading group in Martinez. Now, chin up. You've got this.
Oh, you want to start now? Sure, we can manage that.
You've caught him off balance. The momentum is already in your favor.
Go ahead and take a seat. Since we haven't had time to prepare an exhaustive questionnaire, I think we can keep this interview more freeform. Why don't you tell us a bit about the books you're interested in? and we'll just see where the conversation goes. Okay, we'll bite. What sort of stories are we talking about?
Give them sex and drugs. They're clearly not getting any on their own.
Sudden onset acute amnesia.
Oh, we're getting into the psychiatric pathologies of life under capital. Let's see where this goes.
You've got them. They're starting to loosen up. You're relaxed and in control. You deftly weave every piece of the story together.
I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like to wake up with no concept of what money is.
If you encountered it in a novel, you'd say it sounded like a plot contrivance or like a fantasy.
But isn't the point that money is itself just a collective fantasy?
No. It's just like Mazoveron. The freeman of the future will be he
part of
who
my rock and roll
awakens
fan.
in perfect ignorance of capital.
Wait, Steban, are you saying the gendarme is some kind of future communist?
Another quarter of an hour disappears. The conversation bounces back and forth. Whatever their pretensions, it's clear these two have been craving something real. Now you can sense things starting to slow down. Time to wrap this tale up.
But that would imply that whenever you unpeel time, you leave behind some kind of doppelganger in now time.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there. But listen, gendarme. We could use someone with your breadth of expertise. With just a little more theoretical background, I think you'll be able to make some real contributions.
Yes, I would say he's got serious potential at least.
And with that, welcome to the most ideologically advanced materialist reading group in Martinez. Here's your first assignment. It's an overview of inframaterialist theory. A little basic, as you'll see, but one has to start somewhere. You're going to fit right in, I think. Come back when you're done. Do be sure to take your time with the reading. We'll be eager to hear your thoughts. Yeah, it's hers.
She said if she's going to make truly radical art, she needs a suitably radical workspace.
And I don't think she could afford rent at an actual studio. The deal, at a fundamental level, I guess you could call it the shattered bones of a dream crushed by capital.
That's really good, Steban. You should save that for an essay.
Thanks, Uli. When the idea is sound, the words just sort of flow. That could be. It would explain some of the more ornate detailing. But we're speaking in world historical terms here.
His friend yawns, evidently bored by literal reality.
Oh, sure. He's definitely interesting, I would say.
That's a good line.
I guess you could call her latest stuff a sort of counter-bourgeoisie calligraphy.
It's too bad she hasn't developed the theoretical foundation to do truly radical work.
I think she'll get there, though. She's still looking for a subject equal to her ambitions. Go ahead.
The cover of this pocket-sized volume features a swirl of orange, yellow, and green. The title, A Brief Look at Inframaterialism. On the inside jacket flap, you find a brief summary. What is inframaterialism? A highly theoretical, this brief look, TM, introduces readers to one of this century's most fascinating and misunderstood theories in a concise, jargon-free manner. The back of the book contains 4 or 5 pages of primary and secondary sources, but you need access to a universe. In other words, this guide is the only source. You turn to the table of contents. The guide itself is divided into several sections with seemingly esoteric type known to his numerous during his unparalleled and yet his most fascinating If you're like most people, you probably believe completely backwards. You think with your hands. Always have.
That is very true.
Honestly, I have no idea where some of these thoughts come from.
This sounds more like a question
That's
for
also
a psychiatrist. See also a brief look at Asmezov's devoted comrade.
I just meant that the dealing with the
during his
hands is a
fine
very
but
true thing
once
too.
we may yet discover, he wrote in his notebooks, that under certain exceptional circumstances, the proletariat's embrace of historical materialism may be so fervent that their beliefs take form in the world of matter. Certainly, in essence, Nielsen is arguing that thoughts don't just reside inside the brain. They radiate outward from it. According to this idea, the brain is an ideological transponder, constantly emitting waves of highly politicized energy, which Nielsen called plasm. Whoa is right. What's more, Nielsen speculated that this plasm, when it becomes powerful enough, might begin to influence the material realities. So unfortunately, Nielsen passed away before he was able to develop these initial ideas into a full-fledged theory. Building on Nielsen's basic insight, these theorists reached a startling conclusion that a sufficiently revolutionary state might begin to exhibit certain extra-physical effects based on the amount of plasma generated
I like
by
1.
its citizens.
I like 4 too.
Correct, though certain particulars of the theory are commonly attributed to Nielsen himself. The evidentiary basis of those attributions
Nielsen
has always
Schmilson.
been a point of contention between
Nelson Phillips
informaterialists and their critics.
It's even worse than my rap.
The actual theory is highly technical. That's because
you know what?
is
No, it's not
absolute
worse.
idiocy. Informaterialism at the lowest
They're all bad.
or first level. Revolution to take the different, even to who's to say
Mine's just an
it's
older
also
reference.
been postulated. Your hand feels clammy against your bare chin. You wipe it along the back of the book. Of course, inframaterialists argue that revolutionary plasm may stimulate human. Oh yeah, we're talking about white-hot communist sex, baby. That's correct. Reports from the revolutionary period claim that the most radically devoted communards were able to engage in vigorous intercourse for up to 8 hours at a time. 8 hours?
I mean,
There's
surely,
your
surely
would be mashed
the
to
flesh
jelly.
is spongy
No
and
wonder the
bruised at that
communards
point.
couldn't shoot straight. They were too shagged out. Sexual euphoria. Increased sensitivity to stimulation. If you didn't know better, you'd say this plasm stuff sounds a lot like being on amphetamine. And on that note, you feel like you've gotten the general idea of inframaterialism. Enough to carry on a basic. The book fits quite snugly into your part. You flip forward when, at this second level, certain hyper-revolutionary individuals, according, it's become something of a folk, one of much of what we know of, because plasm, in other words, there's no evidence that, psst, you know what else lets you feel like you can read minds? Spooky most, there you have it, a perfectly unfalsifiable loop, meaning this should be more that you breeze through when a society is more like suggest. Of course, some inframaterialists have even argued that it might require more plasm than in the SRV, but as of there are numerous stories from some among known attempts to channel third-level capabilities. It concerns them according.
Gotta know what that's about too.
These acolytes positioned themselves, the communards, when the acolytes, along with the redoubt, picture the lot of them. It's been said, though, of course, colorful anecdotes. Some have theory, others in some of his later writings. Nielsen himself speculated precisely on the following. Another depicts something about that tower looks awfully familiar. Could it be that's what the students were trying to recreate? There isn't. If you'd like to read further, may we recommend a brief look at
You're back. Yes.
They're impressed that you dove right into the most advanced parts of the theory. Half an hour evaporates and the conversation, the cool breeze coming off the bay, wraps itself around the Capeside apartments in a nearly...
Undoubtedly.
Now the breeze has subsided.
Well, on that note...
Yes. One of our better discussions lately, on the whole.
What do you mean, is that it? You've done the reading, we talked about it. What more do you expect from a reading group? More what?
More pizzazz.
It seems like there's something on your mind. Maybe a question you mean to ask?
We probably won't get a better chance.
But it's getting late, so maybe pick the most important question. Come on. We have things to do in the morning.
He says he doesn't have any questions.
Are you absolutely sure? A communist can't be afraid.
In other words, you'll forfeit their respect if you back out now.
Gotta go for it.
We don't have a choice. Unless you can.
Alright, here we go. We're devoting all your available brain cells to coming up with a question about maybe in another life, but not this one. Face it, this is the question that's been simmering inside you all along.
Or, I mean, two.
Sure, you spent some time getting lost in your... The young man gives you a slightly confused... No, he heard somehow. You only said what everyone else was thinking.
He wants to know if women are bourgeois, Esteban.
Yes, I heard him. Give me a moment. What makes you ask that question above any other?
Goddamn superstar! Don't say that, or say it. You know.
I don't know. That's what Brent told me.
Maybe your problem is that you think it's their job to handle you. You ask that question because you're still under the influence of ideology. That's what ideology is. It's like there are these invisible forces everywhere. Of course it's possible. Just, do you know the story of Dobrova and Abadanais?
The one.
No. They were the revolutionary lovers. Yulia Dobrova came from Grad. Jean Abadanais was born in Revachol.
What became of them, though? There seems to be a blank paragraph in the history books.
It's from them we get the notion of dual leadership. The Decomptage. Revachol's truly great contribution to revolution. Yes, that's the question.
His companion nods, but...
There's more to it than that. They died on their own terms.
The young man nods, but says nothing. He's wrestling with some questions. Of course, the matchboxes.
So you really did read all the way to the end? Yeah. Uli and I were trying to see whether there was an...
It was just a little informal...
The young man looks...
What could it hurt? Alright, let's give it another go.
Before long, a modest tower begins to rise from the... You place every box with the utmost delicacy and precision.
Why do I feel like you're gonna knock this down somehow?
For the moment, the higher the tower goes, the quieter the room seems to become. Aside from the occasional comment.
Alright, you go next.
The young man pushes back his shirt sleeves, revealing the pale flesh of his forearms.
Is it? He's holding. He's holding.
Yes. This is the closest we've ever gotten.
It's almost exactly as Nielsen's sketch imagined. A physical manifestation of the dialectical spiral of history.
Alright, gendarme. Your turn.
You've got this. Theories aside, they're only matchboxes.
It's... My god. Is he really holding?
We did it.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
There, in the middle of the floor, the winding spire quivers with an improbable energy. For a long moment, no one says a word. You're all three transfixed.
I like the arms up in the air.
A low-pressure system is gathering itself over the bay.
And there it goes.
Isn't it all of this that way Alex is playing? That's a big what the fuck thing, sir.
It was exactly what's supposed to happen. We should treat it that way.
We should probably clean up.
Well, you can.
Yes, it's probably time for you to take your leave.
I mean, it's 2 in the morning.
Wait a minute.
This is usually when
If you
we
don't
stop
mind,
streaming.
we wanted
or
to get your
we stop
opinion
watching
on
something.
something. A few little changes we've been thinking about. Nothing too major, I think. We were talking potentially about relaxing some parts of our admissions process.
I thought the cloak and dagger routine made it seem more appealing.
I thought so too, but perhaps we overdid it. Just a little. There was another thing. We were also debating putting up some posters around town.
Though some of us maintain that advertising is an unacceptably bourgeois tactic.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I guess no one could accuse Cindy of having a bourgeois aesthetic.
Plus, I've got the perfect place in mind. Put some more coffee on, Uli. We've got a long night ahead of us. Oh, and gendarme, I've been thinking about what you asked before. About women. Not that it's any of my business. But it sounds like this question...
You're holding it together, somehow, despite everything.
So, good luck with that.
Alright, we almost started the revolution.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my music?
Yes.
Alrighty. I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah,
2 o'clock in the morning.
Before we call it. We nearly fought the Dragon of Agnar, nearly stood up to the vicious chicken of Bristol, and personally wet ourselves at the Baden of Baden Hill. Would you like the Rock My World blurb?
Oh, absolutely.
It's also called Global Heresy outside of the US and Canada. When a rock band at the top of their game suddenly loses their band player or band leader / bass player, their musical direction becomes questionable. All the band members know is that the leader's clothes were found at the edge of a waterfront and he has not been seen since. To replace their leader, they hire a new bassist, Natalie, Alicia Silverstone, who shakes up the thoughts of the band. However, the biggest changes come when the band decides to go into seclusion to develop new songs and a new sound. They rent a mansion from an aristocratic couple, Lord Peter O'Toole and Lady Foxley, Joan Plowright, I don't know who that is, who are in need of money. When the staff hired to be on hand when the band arrives do not show, the couple decides to act as the butler, Benson, and the cook, Margaret. The obvious conflicts between the two cultures occur, but a respect for each other gradually follows. Meanwhile, the band's recording company is trying to trick them into signing a contract that obliges them to make the music as the company requires, denying their creative control. Towards the end of the film, the status quo becomes further shaken when the original band leader shows up and admits that his disappearance had been a planned publicity stunt.
Just watch Airheads. Like...
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, good progress made on Disco Elysium. We basically did most of the church stuff and most of the communist stuff. So,
Church lady.
one of these days, we'll solve that murder.
One of these days, I got my brain's not there enough to think of a follow-up line, so we're just ending with that.
All right, let's end it there. Good night, folks. Stay
Good
strong.
night. Oh, fuck.
Good night.